Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of History of Gaming Mass Effect 3. There ain't a lot to say. We're back. We're ready to rock and roll. I know it don't sound like it, but this is actually the soundtrack for Mass Effect 3. It just don't sound like it at all. The first track off of the first thing. The first track off of the first, off the third game, rather. Crazy. Talking about loot boxes, I don't know, I prove it to show how game companies are. They've proven to almost be impossible without spending money. I mean, but that's the point, though. I mean, that's the point of loot boxes. Blizzard does it well because it's only cosmetics. And here's the reality of the situation. I talk about this a lot on the channel because, and this is good for history of gaming as well, there's more to game development than just the consumer side. And I try to let everybody know that. Consumer side's the most important for me because I am a consumer. But with that being said, though, how a video game exists in the gaming industry is from a three-prong approach. That of the publisher, that of the developer, and that of the consumer. And all three of them have equal voices. Whether we like it or not, they do. Consumers as a whole have as much punching power as... actually, I think we have more punching power when we stand together on something like we did Battlefront 2. Than the other two. But for the majority of the time, consumers have the same amount of pulling power as the publisher, and then the developer almost has as much power as a publisher or a... No, I would say they have the same amount, because they are directly the ones creating it. And so what my point here is that your developer is the one who's got the art and the passion and the love. And they're making the game. And it's them that are fully responsible for realizing you, the consumer's dreams and hopes of what this game could possibly be. It's their skill that holds the cards as to whether or not that game's going to turn out to be the way you want it to be, right? The publisher holds the money. When a game's being made for 2, 3, 4 years, they're not making money. They're hemorrhaging money. They're losing money so stupid fast, and they're not making a dime the whole time. So the publisher's got to front the bill the whole time. And the publisher isn't a gamer. They don't give a piss about games. They don't care about what we think is cool. They don't care about the consumers. They care about the fact that they have a board that invested money into something and they want the money back. Now, there's two... From my very small amount of business schools, there's two different kinds of investments, and there's entertainment investment, and there's just normal business investments. For the most part, sometimes every business agreement is individualized, but for the most part, if you were saying I'm going to sell pocket knives, and you went and you found an investor, the investor wants a plan. They want a plan up front, and then within a quarter, they want to see that plan enacted. Within 2 quarters, they want projection. Within 3 quarters to a year, they want to see return on investment. So if I go to, Mr. Moneybags and I go, I need $1 million to start making pocket knives, and you will make $500,000 after I sell these. Like, I'll give you back your $1 million plus another $500,000 because I'm going to sell so many pocket knives. They'll give me that $1 million, and within 6 months, I have to show this investor, typically in business, this is how much it cost us to make each individual unit. I promised you a bare minimum of $500,000, but I now think that I'm going to sell more, and my projections say that you're probably going to double your investment. They want a projection at 6 months, right? And then, about a year out after production's completed, they want to see their return on investment. So this means, like, the life cycle of an investor to making money back for most business decisions is about 2 years. You would be so lucky in video games if that was the case. Now, that's why that's what my point is that people are still investing in video games. Publishers are investing in video games from the point of view that it is a product or a service and not an entertainment. Because if you look at investing into things as an entertainment, you have to look at the way Hollywood works with movies. People come and invest in movies in the tune of multiple millions, and they don't expect anything as far as a return on investment for years and years and years, because the movie's got to get made, and you can't get a projection because that means you have to see what people are thinking about it and how much hype is being driven. And if you put hype out there too soon, it actually kills your sales because people forget about the game and they end up getting over it. There's like a whole mess for investment. So bottom line, you got publishers that are investing in games and they're wanting money back, right? And the other side of that coin is that we haven't raised game prices since the late 90s. Inflation has changed the price of video games since the late 90s, let alone the development costs and production time of video games. The fact that we're still sitting at $60 for a game, gamers across the board don't realize how insanely lucky they are that we're still sitting at $60 for a game. Granted, a lot of what we're seeing out there is deluxe edition, and you kind of feel like that's the way you gotta buy it because usually you get a season pass, and that's an extra $20, so that's $80. And honestly, that's where games should be right now, is $80. But that's why we're in this state of DLC and loot boxes and all this stuff, because everybody from the publishers and developers' point of view, because the way consumers react to dollar amounts and our expectations of how much bang for our buck we should be getting, which, in my opinion, we're spoiled rotten. We should be paying $80 for games, and then the DLC shouldn't exist. The reason why DLC exists is because they got to cut part of the game out and sell it back to you for $20 so they can get the dollar amount, like, you need, right? Or that they need. They need to make this money. They got to break even on these investments. I mean, we're not making games like Ocarina of Time anymore. We got full voice acting. Like, if a game doesn't have top to bottom voice acting, if you have to read in a video game, there's fucking riots in the streets. People are coming out with pitchforks and torches, and they're flipping Ferraris and shit, man. They're pissed. And so, what? And then they're like, wow, shit, it's fully voiced, but there's only 32 different voice actors. I could tell the difference. I know that one guy voiced two people. Like, everybody gets upset about everything. And the internet is such a powerful tool that, like, even a dumb opinion can rally and cause people to completely not buy something. It just depends on who tweeted it out when. And it's such a double-edged sword. But yeah, I mean, that's the reason why I'm okay with loot boxes. I'm okay with loot boxes. I'm okay with DLC because I understand the developer. They have to put that stuff in there because the publisher's coming down on them and saying, you got to make us more money faster because our investors are giving you money and we're not seeing a return on investment. And I mean, it was $50 million to make Metal Gear Solid 5. It was voiced by Kiefer Sutherland, for God's sakes. We're talking like real movie and TV stars coming into video games and doing full mocapping and voice work, which, except, I mean, we're capturing his facial expression and his body movements and his voice. He's essentially acting. So now we're buying actors. I mean, all the way back when Fallout 3 came out, Liam Neeson voices your father. Liam goddamn Taken Neeson is your father in Fallout 3. That can't be cheap. See subtitles, walks out, flips Ferrari. Or vote a human Cheeto into office. That's true. But yeah, I mean, we need microtransactions. We need DLC and stuff like that. And if you take in consideration, like, Overwatch is a really good example. You paid $60 for that game. And that's it. All right? And you could just play it at $60 and get tons of good online entertainment. You're not doing a subscription, and they're maintaining perfect servers. I mean, those servers have so little latency in Overwatch. And then they release new maps and characters that you never pay for. Every new character that's come out for Overwatch, which I think they've released like 8 at this point, every new character that's come out for Overwatch, you haven't paid for it. Or any of the maps, or any of the modes, or any of that stuff. You've only ever paid for cosmetic stuff. Now Blizzard's kind of like a, you know, a special example because those guys are awesome and they do a lot of shit for free. But yeah, I mean, we need it. And honestly, in my opinion, truly what I believe we should do is stop that shit. I would rather us just not have loot boxes, but I don't expect for our dollar amount to stay at 60. What I've said for a long time is, let's get rid of the DLC, let's stop you guys piecemealing out my game into little bits and pieces after the fact. Let's get rid of the XP boosters and the different cosmetic skins. Put all that in my game. I'm okay with expansion packs in the form of DLC, but I'm talking like Warcraft 3 The Frozen Throne on top of Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos style expansion pack. Like, an expansion pack's not one mission. It's like huge, right? Huge. Like, I need a full like 2.0 like version of this game. And then charge me $80. Like that's just what I want. That's what I want. MGS Fade made $200 million profit. Not 100% true. We cover that in History of Gaming. Konami never truly released the earnings for Metal Gear Solid 5. That's projected as $200 million. Guys ain't hurting. They are though. They are. I don't know where this scrape by approach comes from. Even other investors. That's the point, though. It's the developers are scraping by. The publishers hold all the money. They don't give a shit. And it's not like you can't expect anybody, even the publisher, to lose even a penny and agree to it. They're like, you're gonna make the greatest game of all time, but you'll barely break even on it. They're not gonna do it. They have to make money. They have to make money on it. That's my point, though. EA's approach to the loot boxes in Star Wars took... Loot boxes have been a solution to solve a problem that's in the industry, and that is that dollar amounts are not going up. Dollar amounts are not going up, and you do not have confirmed sales on video games before a game comes out. The amount of titles that have to be purchased by the community for a game to be considered successful is going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, while production costs are going higher and higher and higher. Not the dollar amounts being adjusted to accommodate for that, which is the way all other products work, and including movies. Movie ticket prices have gone up over the years. So video games like this one weird thing where nobody's willing to budge on the price because they're afraid of getting shut down for making a $70 or $80 game. But loot boxes was the solution to that problem. It got more money past that $60. It got the $80. The average person would spend $20 in loot boxes after they got home from work. And that got the $80 out of the person. Some people spend a lot more, some people don't spend any, but that averages out to you get an extra $20 out of every person. That's where your $80 comes in. The problem is EA stepped in there with Battlefront 2 and they made their loot box decision extremely predatory. And the problem was, I blame DICE and I also blame EA. EA was not upfront enough about how they wanted it. And this is what I see. This is just me speculating. But you look at the way loot boxes were put in Battlefront 2. It is clear that the game was designed, was getting released, and then EA came to them, was like, you need loot boxes in there. And they're like, we don't have anything to put in loot boxes. We're not doing costumes and stuff like that. And they're like, you need to have some kind of after-sale money generator. Do it. And DICE was in a situation where they're like, well, shit, I don't know. And so then what they did is they cut characters, and they put that in the loot boxes. I blame DICE in that situation because they should have known better. They've worked for EA for a long time. They know how EA does things. They knew there was going to be a loot box requirement at some point. It's DICE's failure that they weren't preemptive on that and prepared for that. So it was a band-aided situation for something that gamers don't like as a whole anyways. But Overwatch, though, I think it's great how Overwatch does it. Overwatch is strictly cosmetic. They had it planned that way from the get-go by design, and it's good. If if you got a game and you got loot boxes in it, what those loot boxes need to be is, I love your game and I want some bling to sprinkle on top of my experience. I'm having a good time with the base game that I already bought, and I have no complaints, and I am such a fan of what you got going on. I want to celebrate your game more, and that's where loot boxes should kick in. And that's why, like, Overwatch is right there. It's perfect. I don't talk about Hearthstone in these conversations because Hearthstone's its own monster, because it's one, free to play, two, it's emulating collectible card games. Like, it's its own unique little petri dish of a situation, you know? Disagree but respect. It's cool, yeah. I mean, I respect your guys' opinions on it stuff. It's just I've done it all. I got connections, and I would say friends, but we don't talk enough with people that are in the development industry. I've taken classes on the publishing and the development. I've sold video games. I've played video games. My entire 30 years of existence has been about video games. Loot boxes are absolutely required. They're absolutely required. It's not just a cash grab. If you take loot boxes away from games that are not auto sales. See, the problem is everybody always uses like Mario or really successful existing titles as example as why games don't need to have loot boxes. If a game isn't a for sure sale, it needs something to help its money. People always try and bring up like Mario with me. Mario doesn't do any DLC or loot boxes. It's because it's fucking Mario. Like, if you pay attention to sales, Mario will always sell 100,000 units in the first 24 hours it comes out. It never won't, because it's Mario. Metal Gear 5 was built on 4 other Metal Gear games. Just the sheer fact that it's part of a lineage, they're going to make X dollar amount at the end of it. And Konami, it fell apart because of Metal Gear Solid 5. Its production costs murdered that entire situation. Yeah, but yeah, GTA 5 exists, and their company has a very... They've openly come out and said, we'll charge what people will pay. They have actually come out and approached, and that's the developers saying that. GTA 5 is a true example of what you're talking about, where a company's just being greedy to be greedy. Absolutely. And EA is a company that's greedy to be greedy, but the developers that work under EA aren't greedy to be greedy. BioWare definitely isn't greedy to be greedy. Those guys are just passionate guys who want to make video games, and they get forced into stuff. EA's greedy, but they're businessmen though, so like they don't care. Some publishers out there care about gaming for gamers, and some publishers don't. EA is a business. I would be surprised if, like, the top 10 decision-making people of EA play more than 5 hours of gaming a month. I would be blown away if you, out of the top 10 decision-makers at EA, if any of them played more than 5 hours a month. I'd be blown away. Because the entire way EA runs is... they probably got a poster boy up there who does a lot of gaming just to prove me wrong, but he's not a real decision maker. But EA is business. They're Wall Street, like through and through. And the bottom line is they're not going to invest in anything unless they get a certain percentage back, whether that be 20 or 30. So it's, you know, it's a tough situation. But these games, they're not, you know, people are scraping by. If you forget what it is, there was a really good interview, I think it was on Bombcast or something like that. I forget the name of that fucking podcast. It's a video game podcast. Go look it up. It's about what the developers from CD Projekt Red were talking about with the development of The Witcher. Like, for like 2 months after The Witcher came out, they were still in the red. The Witcher, you make video games at a loss because we're not raising the price on initial purchases. But development and the number of people involved in making a game is through the roof. Blizzard gives you a lot of bang for your buck. A lot. Giant Bomb, I think, is, yeah, what I'm thinking of. It was like a good, like, 45-minute interview. Well, it was 45 minutes of, like, a 3-hour interview of them talking to CD Projekt Red guys about Witcher 3 was just... It was built on faith. Like, it's strictly faith is what kept that game alive. Because they had some, you know, Witcher 1 did okay, Witcher 2 did pretty good, and then, like, Witcher 3, they were just, like, knocking it out of the park, and they were just like, no, we need to keep going. They worked for free for a period of time. And they had faith that that game was going to come out and it was going to explode. And they're absolutely right. They totally called it. But what if they didn't? What if they were wrong? And that's the problem. That's where this whole issue comes from. Is the publisher goes, I don't know. Here's the thing: is the reason why they do the loot box is because it's sure money. It's easy money for the publisher. The publisher goes, there's going to be some people that buy this game and they're going to love it, but there's going to be some people who buy it and don't like it and get their money back, or they're going to kill sales other places. The loot boxes allow us to make the money we're losing on the customers that didn't like our stuff and make our money on the people who really liked the product. And there's always going to be that percentage. I don't care what it is. If it's Superman 64, there's at least a percentage. It might be one, but there's a percentage of people out there who really like the game and would be willing to spend additional money on top of it to make their gaming experience better. And why does this keep popping up? It's just, it's a surefire way for publishers to get their return on investment. There's some publishers that if they invest in a game that doesn't sell well, that's it. The publisher's gone, right? Like, they go belly up. But EA is in a position that won't happen. But we can't expect them to do charity cases, though. They're businessmen. They want at least 20% return on investment on every single dollar. If they hand $1 to a company, they want $1.20 back. And they won't do it unless they get a guarantee in writing that they're getting that $1.20 back. That puts developers and consumers in these weird positions. And that's a lot of what we're talking about here. We're talking about EA because of Battlefront, but EA is behind Mass Effect 3, and that's a big part of why Mass Effect 3 had the problems it had. Remember, we talk, Mass Effect 1 has 3 years of development time. Mass Effect 2 still has 3 years of development time, even though it's a bigger game with all the decisions that you make in 1 being present in 2. Probably should have been a 4-year development time. And then we look at Mass Effect 3, and it's got 22 months after the extension. It originally was like 14 months development time, and that was because EA stepped in about halfway through the development time of Mass Effect 2, and I literally know the decision-making process was, no, we want BioWare to focus on making us an MMO because World of Warcraft is doing gangbusters. Get off of Mass Effect and get on making Star Wars The Old Republic and make us a bunch of money with this fucking video game because World of Warcraft just prints money. So do this. Do it now. Don't worry about Mass Effect 3. It's the 3rd game in a series. You already got a ton of fans. You guys could shit in a box and ship it and it will still sell 100,000 units. That's why Mass Effect 3 story's where it is. That's why we're running into a ton of storyline decisions that just don't make sense. That's why I was showing you guys at the beginning when you're defending yourself from the Reaper forces when you're on planet Earth and like you're waiting for the Normandy to come pick you up. There's no balancing there because they didn't want to balance for difficulties. So what they did is they just made it where when you run out of the last bit of ammo sitting at your feet, Normandy shows up. That's it. That's it. You can shoot at the floor, empty your clip, Normandy will show up. And the game's filled with it. There's another point in the game where we get put through a really epic action scene, and I'll act it out the way that you should to have fun with the game. But after we're done, I'll point it out. You honestly don't do anything. There is a whole level where the game's selling to you that you're fighting for your life. But I could literally unplug I say controller, but this has forced me to play on keyboard and mouse. But like, I could literally get up and walk away from the desk, and you'll still win the scenario. There's no way to lose it. There isn't. So, is that narrative gameplay or is that bad design? I see that as bad design. The stakes need to be real in the game, and it's because EA forced it. They forced it. They knew Mass Effect 3 would sell X number. It just would. Easy. Doesn't matter how bad the game is, it'll sell. Andromeda is a perfect example. Andromeda was a massive failure. Massive, massive, massive failure as far as consumers and the developer go. Everybody knows that Andromeda wasn't a success. Still made money. Because it had Mass Effect's name on it. They can invest in a bad thing. Planet scans, slight inconvenience when caught. Yeah, it's a good example. Getting caught by Reapers doesn't mean shit. Getting caught by a Reaper when you're scanning planets doesn't mean anything. It loses its impact. It's fake tension. And this game is riddled with shortcuts is really what it is. Mass Effect 3 is, and what I want to like really give credit to is how well BioWare hid those shortcuts. There is so many cut corners in Mass Effect 3. It's absurd. But they hit them. They hit all of them. And if you're having a good time with Mass Effect 3 and you didn't know that they cut corners, you won't notice it. You won't see it. It's a lot behind the curtain kind of shit going on. Alright. Enough anger about publishers. When we were playing last, we caught up with the Turians. We saved a Turian squad that was snuck onto Chechunka, right? And they were like, why did you sneak Turians onto the home planet of the Krogan? And they're like, well, we can't tell you. And then I find out they have a bomb. Like this crazy bomb that the Turians put there a long time ago to sabotage the Krogans. And they're trying to get it off now to save diplomatic relations. But we got to do it secret because if the Krogan find out about the bomb, all shit's going to break. So Cerberus stole the bomb. So we got to go get the bomb from Cerberus. So that's neat. We're taking Garrus because this is a Turian mission, so I want his opinion and thoughts on things. And EDI or Liara? What do you guys think? Taking Liara. EDI for the body. Let's think. We're going to be fighting Cerberus, which means a lot of armor. They use mechs. The booty shield? Alright, we'll go with EDI because she's got Incinerate. I got my Matic. Got my Raptor. Tempest. I always use the Tempest. Always. There's that booty. So much EDI booty. Yeah, let's just keep it with the Hurricane, man. It's just that fire rate is just amazing. Alright, so I'm saving up for frag grenades. Got defense matrix going. He's good. Alright, let's rock and roll. Shake and bake!
Normandy Shuttle, this is Lieutenant Victus with the 9th Platoon. Do you copy?
We hear you, 9th Platoon.
We're approaching the bomb site, Commander. Getting bounced around pretty bad.
This is as close as we get, Lieutenant. Look for somewhere to set your platoon down.
Copy that.
Talk to me about this Cerberus bomb.
It's not Cerberus, Commander. It's Turian.
What do you mean, Turian?
It was planted centuries ago, after the Krogan rebellions. The bomb was a safeguard against another galactic war.
Brutal, but it makes a certain kind of sense. Put the Krogan down hard if they tried anything.
You won't earn trust with tactics like that. But right now, we focus on disarming that bomb.
Yes, but Cerberus found it. Detonation means all-out war between my people and the Krogan.
Right. Where is it?
Those buildings ahead. Cerberus brought equipment to dig it up. The 9th Platoon will cover your flank, Commander.
With all this activity, the Krogan have to know something's up.
Then we can't fail, Commander.
Copy that, Lieutenant.
Idiots. All right.
Let's move it, people! Get behind something! Keep your heads down!
All right, let's put on the cryo ammo. We are! Alright.
Time is short, Shepard.
Yeah. I just tagged Garrus on accident.
Shepard, we need to keep moving.
Bruh! Like, I have advanced on this battlefield so fucking quick.
Once we reach the bomb, I'll need to reprogram the trigger mechanism. Copy that. No trigger, no explosion.
Good job. Good job. You really figured that out there. The one over there, I saw him.
No shields are damn effective!
Oh shit. Wow, you gonna just take it out on your own, Garrus? Impressed. Whoa. I like came out of cover, but I didn't actually like aim. What's up? I really wish you'd give me a warning when you did that shit, because I peed a little. Scared the hell out of me.
Exit on the left, Shepard.
Not an exit. I'm the commander. You're both terrible at giving instructions. Shut up. Salvaged.
Defeat
Salvaged.
the Krogan and then plant a bomb on their planet. Pretty extreme, but those were desperate times.
While morally questionable, the strategy is sound.
Okay.
Cerberus is putting up a fight, but the 9th platoon is advancing, Commander. Good work, Lieutenant.
Ah. There we go.
Commander, we're getting a lot of mortar fire. Heavy casualties. Taking alternate route. Circling around the bomb site. Copy that.
Quit trying to rush me. There's loot around here and I want it. Metagel, I don't need it. Pistol scoop.
I'm getting a lot of Cerberus radio chatter. They're prepping for evac. I don't like the sound of that.
Take your ice cubes home, bitch. Sort your crew out. I know, man. Getting all insubordinate.
Cerberus is retreating.
Alright, if they're retreating. It means there's something bigger and badder than me here.
There's a better vantage point up that ramp, Shepard. Agreed. Let's go.
Why is this whole mission written like I should be like running and gunning?
It must have been far enough underground to stay hidden. Cerberus had to dig it out.
It must have been strategically placed for maximum yield. I advise haste, Commander.
Commander, we're entering the bomb site. Moving towards the control station.
Roger that. We're on our way.
Okay. Go. Rock and roll.
We're nearly on top of the bomb. Cerberus will be back with everything they've got.
I agree, Garrus. This is a high-value target. Cerberus will send any reserves it has.
Yeah, they're pulling out for a reason. Something's up. They're overselling that fact, too. As far as storytelling goes, it's a little heavy. Think they triggered the bomb? It could have.
Looks like control schematics for automated turrets. No good now, but they might be useful later.
The original safeguards are no match for current technology.
We need to hurry.
Those are Turians. I will not shoot them.
I'm at the control panel, Commander.
Cerberus set up a firewall around the trigger mechanism to slow us down. I need to create a bypass. That'll take time. But like you said, no trigger, no explosion.
That terrible audio.
Are you sure you can disarm the trigger?
Yes, it's old tech. I know what to do. Buy me a few minutes, Commander.
We'll make sure you have the time you need, Lieutenant.
Understood. Starting bypass. And thank you for making sure I get this chance.
Just make it right, soldier.
Look out! Commander!
Focus on the bomb. We'll handle Cerberus.
Detonation protocol interpreted. Just working access. All units engaged.
Nobody gets past.
Yeah, my audio is like all terrible now. You guys hear that? It's all staticky and shit.
Cerberus reinforcements!
I need more time, Commander.
I mean, you're gonna have all the time you need. Don't worry about it. Yeah, my game all of a sudden started crackling. He's hacking the audio. Wrong fire?
More time.
They're not letting up!
Watch for
Care.
more shuttles.
Almost there.
I knew it. I knew it.
Take that thing down now.
I whooped ass on that.
Firewall's down! I'm in! Spirits! Cerberus hacked the trigger mechanism. It's set to detonate! Disarm it! No time! I have to separate the trigger from the bomb. Now! Cover me! Lieutenant! Victory. At any cost.
You don't think dropping a big bomb? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that audio is Ubar.
Chatter coming in from Krogan forces planetside. Sounds like they started sweeping out the remaining Cerberus troops. Hate to be the guy who told the Krogan about that surprise package. Sounds like it got ugly down there.
The Turians took a lot of casualties, Joker. The Primarch's son included.
Understood, Commander. Joker out.
He never hesitated. Whatever he was before, he'll be remembered for this.
What will the Turians think about this, Garrus?
Hard to say. Sacrifice and more is expected. He did us proud, but we're a hard bunch to please. Living your life for the cause. Society first, platoon first. It's all just expected.
He did what he had to do when it counted.
Yes. Yes, he did.
And now it's all gone.
Good work on Tuchanka, Commander. Stopping that bomb prevented the war between the Turians and the Krogan. We can't afford that kind of division right now.
Joker said the Krogan are recovering the bomb.
They moved in, won't allow Turians to send in recovery crews to help.
Understandable.
The situation is fragile at the moment. With Rex and the Primarch aboard the Normandy, you've got a situation brewing. We don't have a solid alliance between those two yet. Keep the peace, Commander. That's an order.
Yes, sir.
Pack it out.
We couldn't risk another galactic war with the Krogan.
The Genophage wasn't enough? You had to plant a bomb on my planet?
The decision was made hundreds of years ago. So much has changed.
Not enough to tell us about the bomb, coward.
Hey!
Hi. Hi. You guys want to order a pizza and play N64?
We can't let the past rip us apart. Working together, we have a chance. Primarch, you had a bomb on Tuchanka. And Rex, in the Turians' place, you would have done the same damn thing.
Shepard.
It's over. His own son died today, making this right.
Please, Commander. It's all right.
Yes, fine. Shepard, you made your point. We have stronger enemies to face.
We do.
I understand your reservations before, Commander. But I hope you now understand the secrecy.
Secrets get people killed. You've learned that the hard way.
Yes. The hardest lesson I'm ever to learn, Commander. my son. He died with the respect of his men. I wanted to thank you for that. His sacrifice will be recorded in the histories of the 9th Platoon. Something any father would be proud of.
Yes, sir.
See, like, there's so many, like, odd, like, endings to scenes. Yes, sir. Like, it's just it was, like, so odd for him to say that. After, like, ripping him a new one, you know what I mean? Like, odd dialogue choices. Let's do this.
I had a buddy who got discharged. Category 6 after Eden Prime.
You got a message? No? Go check on Joker and Edie. See if you got anything funny. Get back, Billy.
What's new, Edie?
Admiral Anderson reports that the Reapers on Earth are broadcasting orders. They are demanding human leaders into their superstructures in order to negotiate peace.
Anybody aboard a Reaper is gonna be indoctrinated.
Exactly. This is a ruse to pacify the populace during that process. Citizens who are busy waiting are not busy fighting. It is likely that the governments of Earth will soon enact laws punishing those who attack the Reaper occupiers. Again, this will be done in the name of peace.
Tell Anderson we're moving as fast as we can.
You gotta love the Turians. After they beat you down and sterilize you, they strap a big old bomb to your planet. You know, just in case you get uppity again someday.
I'm just glad we disarmed it.
Damn right. The Krogan are pretty tough. I'd rather it be Reaper asses getting kicked and not ours.
What was I gonna do? Oh boy, we got some points to spend. Oh, that's it. Can't spend any more points.
The Reaper called Harbinger is...
The Reaper called Harbinger. Someone in the Citadel can find them and bring them to him in the Presidium Commons. Player in the Citadel needs new heating units. Alright, let's do some planet scanning. Puppy's giving me some cries. Let's take a quick break. I need to do the multiplayer stuff before we decide to fight the Reapers. Which I'll probably plan it for a Tuesday, because Rebel Red's off on Tuesdays. We can do some multiplayer. Let me take a quick break here. And check on the puppy here, and we'll come back and we'll do some planet scanning, make sure we're getting all the assets we need before we continue on to curing the genophage. Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. I also made myself some taquitos. Mmm. Taquito. Okay. We need to hit the mass relay, and we need to... Odd.
Signal confirmed.
Yay, more fuel for the fuel god. Alright, let's start the scanner. It's all done. We're done with this zone. My dog barking. I don't know. Can I do it here? Like this is what frustrates me. Is like some zones you can, but I never remember what zones those are. Go ahead here. Oh! It's Reaper. I totally missed it. What up, Reaper? How you doing?
I found something.
Credits, okay. That was 50% in this tiny little place.
Evasion successful.
Yeah, buddy. Good, thank you. How am I? I'm doing good. Doing fantastic. So, funny story. So, I'm completing my Legend of Zelda collection, right? And I'm getting everything like
Signal confirmed.
Peachy. And one of the games I own without the box is Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, the DS game. So I got the DS cart, but I don't have the box for it. So originally, I order the box on eBay. The guy sends me the Majora's Mask 3DS box. And I tell him, like, no, this is not it. Like, you sent me the wrong goddamn box. And I send it back. He goes, item never received. Buyer never sent back item for return. So then I'm like, look here, motherfucker. Like, I sent it back. You need to figure this shit out. Like, it's been a nightmare, right? So it's like been a curse. Me trying to get this damn box for Phantom Hourglass. So then I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll just order a new one. Instead of trying to get this guy to, like, send me what I actually paid for.
Reapers eluded.
So, I order a new box, and I get confirmation that it's in the mailbox yesterday.
Faster than light jump successful. Evasion successful.
So, I run an errand with the wife after I get off the stream yesterday night. Go to the mailbox. My entire mailbox. So I live in an apartment complex. So, like, you get a little mailbox about this big, and there's, like, a bunch of them. Okay? And it's in a square of about, like, probably 10 by 10, so it's 100 little tiny mailboxes, but you can open up the whole square with a big door if you're the mail guy. He has a special key that opens up the whole thing, so he can just do this with the mail, right? And it's got, there's, like, 3 of those on one wall, 3 on another wall, 3 on another wall, so it's just, like, you know, like thousands of mailboxes split up into little, like, 10 by 10 cubes, and he opens up the multiple doors. And, shoves the mail in there.
Reapers eluded.
Oh, girl, that was close. Anyways, I go to get my mail, and, it's completely open. The entire mail door thing is open for just my block.
I found something.
And there's nothing inside of anybody's mailboxes. Nothing. So, I'm like, great. Somebody broke into all of our mailboxes and stole everything. And, so I call the cops, let them know. They call the postmaster, let him know what's going on. I get up this morning. That's why I was a little bit late, because I was on the phone. I get up this morning, call the front office, and they're like, oh no, like, they forgot to lock the mailbox when they left yesterday. So we grabbed all the mail and we brought it into the post office. Or brought it into the leasing office.
Light jump successful.
So that you didn't get your mail stolen. And when he gets back later today, we're going to have him resort the mail and lock it back up. I'm like, you guys didn't think to put a goddamn sign up? I called the cops, man. They could have put a note up, yeah.
Signal confirmed.
I was like, man. So I got that goddamn box for Zelda Phantom Hourglass. But now I gotta wait for the post guy to come. To, like, re-put it in the mailbox.
Evasion successful.
Damn nightmare, man.
I found something.
Oh, it's 50%, so that's just the other one right there. Exactly. It wouldn't be that hard for you just to write that in. I told him, I was like, you know, somebody should have left a note. And he's like, oh, yeah. Alright. So long as my package is in there. I'm gonna check on the puppy after I get out of this, Just Nebula.
I found something.
Whoa! What's up, Niggish? Welcome back, bud.
Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful.
There we go. Fuel? More fuel for the fuel god?
Evasion successful.
Shit.
Reapers eluded.
My wife wants to start feeding the dog more.
Faster than light jump successful.
Successfully guilt tripped her. He did it. Come here, you little shit. He was climbing shit. He was all over the place. Alright. Yeah, let's go do this. Nothing there.
Successful.
Oh, this is a pretty nebula. Alright, so this is the DLC, Leviathan. We're searching for Dr. Gao or something like that.
Signal confirmed. We have located Garneau.
Let's go get him. Go get him, chat. Who we taking? Edie and Liara. They're my experts on this stuff. Whoa. You game? Oh. Oh. Hello? I'm a little bit frustrated by that. Having a relaunch, it got stuck. Come on. There we go. Can't level up. There we go. Yeah, we're using the Blood Dragon armor for a while. Trying it out.
We're about 5 minutes out, Commander.
What exactly is on this asteroid?
Mining facility. TGS Mineral Works. Small operation. Could be a good place for Leviathan to hide.
We've all read Edie's notes on Bryson's lab. Any questions?
Do we have any more information on what Leviathan could be?
Not really. We only know it killed a Reaper.
But it is Garneau, Dr. Bryson's associate, that we are looking for.
Right. If we find Garneau, we find Leviathan.
Agreed.
The doctor was right. Anything powerful enough to kill a Reaper needs to be investigated. I just hope Garneau has the answers we need.
I'm reading Reaper enemy signatures in the asteroid field.
Bryson said they were shadowing his field teams. If they're after Leviathan too, Reapers are a good sign.
That's not something you hear every day.
Take us in.
All right.
Don't go anywhere, Cortez. We'll grab this guy and be right out. Keep me updated on the Reaper situation.
Yes, Commander.
That's gonna drive me insane. I got something stuck in my tooth. I want to die. Oh God.
Scouting party.
That sounds larger than the term scouting party would suggest.
Doop doop doop.
Get Garneau before the Sirius troops arrive.
The people in this facility will be scared.
Good adding to the conversation. The people in this facilities are gonna be scared. Oh shit, they're gonna be scared. What? Like what kind? This is the shit I'm talking about, guys. Like what half-ass writing is that? That's like if it's right in the middle of Lord of the Rings and they'd be like, Frodo must be scared. Being in Mordor all by himself. He must be scared. That was stupid, Liara, of course.
Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. All guests need
I don't know, maybe it's not that bad of a line.
This doesn't feel right.
Alright, everybody's indoctrinated.
I'm Commander Shepard of the Alliance. You just had Reaper troops attacking your front door.
Are they still there?
I've taken care of them for now.
I see. That will be all.
That will be... Hello?
Furrowed brow.
Yes. Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. How can we help you? Yes. For the tour. Please sign in.
You don't seem worried about those Reapers. You know something I don't?
TGS Mineral Works is a small to mid-level supplier of tungsten to the galaxy.
That's not what I meant.
Are you familiar with the applications of tungsten?
I'm looking for a researcher named Dr. Garneau. He would have arrived within the last couple weeks. If he's still here, I need to speak to him.
We have no Dr. Garneau.
Do you need to see a doctor?
How about I just go in and look around?
No. The access elevator is broken.
And now, we're done. Step away.
Step away. You don't belong here.
Shepard, I doubt we're going to get any more out of them.
Let's look around. Careful.
Ooh, spoops.
Living in the ducts. Where is he now? Safe. Locked up. He can't hurt us now.
Your appeal is denied. Your resources are cut off. You've been reassigned. Clean out your office and report to Dr. Lamb. There will be no further discussion on the matter. Dr. Tiffin. Come on. Mouse pad.
Excuse me.
You don't belong here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of felt that way.
Welcome to TGS Mineral Works. Proud providers of tungsten.
Welcome to TGI Fridays.
You can't be in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I want. The test reportedly pushed the subject past his emotional breaking point. The subject is currently in a catatonic state and being treated in hospital. All further tests planned for the subject have been canceled. Moving forward, a new screening process. And you call security.
The people seem fearful. It is difficult to determine why.
We need to fix the elevator.
Repair terminal activated.
I'll set the drone to repair the elevator, but we have to stay with it.
Repairs initiated.
There's Alex Garneau.
The security log for the elevator said Garneau was here in the last week. Why would they lie about that?
No idea. Let's hope we don't have to look too far.
Welcome to the Mineral Lab.
The trained pain threshold before psychosis is too high.
What if the pain stimuli is applied more quickly?
Interesting. We should look into that.
Upset worker. I don't feel like they're upset. They're eerily calm.
This is a restricted area.
Their mom's a restricted area.
Is required.
Have you seen? I don't have that.
Access denied.
Evolutionary implications of human biotics. That's strange.
Turn back. You shouldn't be here.
Shut up. I will fight every single one of you. I'll whoop so much ass up in here.
Estimating 60 days for complete global starvation. That's the merciful route.
Absolutely. That's the data to use.
This is a restricted security terminal. A level 5 passcode is required for access.
I don't have one.
Access denied.
All right.
Turn back. You don't belong here.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling.
TGS Mineral Works has an eye on the future. Cutting-edge research drives us forward.
An increase in electrical storm activity communications. The beta site research team has been delayed. We ask those way to be patient. Current forecast of regular communications.
I see a trend among the miners. They appear to be doing everything but mining.
Tell me what calls to you.
You shouldn't be here.
Turn back, Commander.
Personal reviews. By recent feedback, your work has shown a vast improvement. Your work with the corrupted skin samples we acquired was impressive. Promotion and a raise in security access level. Thank you for your hard work.
Personnel ID.
This is a restricted area. An active patient file number is required.
I don't have that.
Access denied.
Okay, but I got information now. Got a personnel ID. Let's see if it works in this terminal.
This is a restricted security terminal. A level 5 passcode is required for access.
I don't have one.
Access denied.
Shit. Alright, what about this door over here? Maybe my passcode's good enough for that.
This is a restricted area. Personnel ID number is required.
ID 231-95.
Access granted.
Boom! We found somebody's password on a sticky note, and that's how we got in. Bio samples sector 4 tapering off as of capacity pressure. Okay. Return my email. Remember this video. Super hacks. We found your fucking password. Super hacks. You had it on a piece of paper. Super hacks.
Turn back. You shouldn't be here.
You shouldn't be here.
This is a restricted security terminal. A level 5 passcode is required for access.
I don't have one.
Access denied.
See, now what am I supposed to do? Oh.
Attention. Comm system is offline. This message was not sent.
Bryson, it's Garno. I've had to go into hiding, and I need you to come get me. I found another one of those artifacts here. More important than we realized. It's in the mines. Here's the nav point. That's where I'll be. If something happens, I'm attaching a passcode that I hacked together. It'll open any security terminal.
Nice.
Bryson, something is very wrong here. Please hurry. Garno out.
So, he's still here. Do we have that passcode hack?
Yes, we just need to input it at the security terminal.
Hey! Hi. Bye. Oh, beep, oh, beep, oh.
Punch in Garneau's terminal hack and see what it gets us.
Access granted.
Uh-huh.
A ship dropped him off a week ago.
It appears he had full access at one point before going into hiding.
unknown male was involved in an altercation in the mines.
Garneau was heading to the mines.
Looks like he was taken to the medbay.
You are in the Mineral Lab, a low-security, all-access area. The medbay is restricted to authorized personnel with active patient file numbers.
I have the file number.
Let's
Add
go
it,
get
girl.
Garneau.
Whatever, nerds. Later. Busting Garneau out of this joint.
This is a restricted area. An active patient file number is required.
File 7364.
Access granted.
Is that Garneau?
I hope not, or we've hit a dead end.
If you are looking for Garneau, you have found him. I am Dr. Garneau.
I'm Commander Shepard of the Alliance. Are you all right?
Yes. Only I'm trapped in here.
What's been going on in this place?
I was doing my research. Until the incident.
They attacked you.
It's true. But aside from my confinement, I'm fine.
Bryson's research led me to you.
Bryson sent you?
He's dead, Doctor. Killed by his assistant.
I see.
I need you to tell me everything you found on the Leviathan. Bryson seemed to think it killed a Reaper.
It's a myth. A dead end.
In your call to Bryson, you mentioned an artifact.
I did? No.
Yes, Doctor, you did. But now we've got Reaper forces attacking, so I need to break you up. We'll grab the artifact and go.
Reapers. The darkness must not be breached.
The darkness?
Why do you pursue me?
Doctor?
Leave the artifact. You will not take what is mine.
I don't believe we are speaking to Garneau.
Thanks, Edie.
You killed a Reaper. I need your help.
You bring only death.
Oh my god, it's getting good.
Someone has cut the power.
There he goes.
Leave this place.
Leave this place!
We need to get to that artifact before he does.
He said it was in the mines.
We'll need to find a different route.
Maybe this ladder.
Garneau's notes gave us a nav point for the artifact.
According to my map, there's a service door at the next tram station.
Looks like we're not the only ones headed that way.
I am noticing a pattern. Despite the law of averages, we never find Reapers moving in a direction away from us.
Funny.
There he goes.
Enemies on the upper balcony.
Watch our flank!
Ziggy likey. Ziggy want wingy. Come on, I just want to get up there. You don't like the sound of that? Alright, any loot? Loot? Give me the loot. Nice. Well, they were just bashing on the door. Let me use my force hand.
What was that?
Looks like the door's power supply has been cut.
The trouble spots are out there. We should send this repair drone.
We'll need to escort it.
Unfortunately, the drone is damaged and is on reserve power.
Let's make it quick then.
Uh-huh.
One repair done. One to go. Gotta hold on a little longer.
Understood. Stay close to the drone.
Got it.
Where is it?
We still need to escort that drone.
But I don't know where it is.
Closer to the drone.
Oh. Found the drone, guys. Get off of her. What is hitting me? Fucking drone's got a mind of its own.
The drone doesn't have much time left.
I hear you. I'm on it. Let's head back. Door should be online.
Ooh. Die. Why you gotta scream about it? Huh?
The artifact.
Like in Bryson's office.
Move! I've got a shot.
Turn back.
Shepard, over here.
What have you got?
That was not Garneau. This is. It appears he's been dead for a while.
So, Leviathan can have Bryson killed, can take over this colony, and he can use them as puppets. Huh. Anything else useful?
Encrypted data, and a personal log with 8 missed calls from a Dr. Anne Bryson.
Anne Bryson?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I'm Commander Shepard. Are you all right?
I think so. I feel strange, but all right.
Do you recognize this man?
I've never seen him before in my life.
Someone here killed him.
Someone here? How is that possible? I'm so sorry.
Can you tell me anything about what happened to you?
Not really. I remember it just seemed cold. I remember a feeling cold and dark.
If dark was a feeling, that's exactly what I felt.
That artifact, do you know where it came from?
Came out of the mine. Right. Head office was supposed to send someone. That's about all I can...
Cortez, what's your situation? Can you bring the shuttle?
Affirmative. Strangest thing. A couple of minutes ago, the Reaper forces broke off and left.
Reaper. What's a Reaper?
What year do you think this is?
2176.
2176 was 10 years ago.
What?
Let's arrange for these people to be evacuated into temporary quarantine.
No memory of the last 10 years. They'll have a lot of catching up to do.
It now seems Leviathan not only has the power to destroy a Reaper, but possesses an indoctrination ability.
Could it be a Reaper itself?
If it is a Reaper, then I want to know what it's up to. How long has it been out here? And more importantly, why? EDI, did we get anything from Garneau's notes?
Yes. They suggest that Garneau created a way to block the artifact's mind-affecting properties. The artifact seems to be the key.
Agreed. When I head back to Bryson's office, I want you there.
Yes, Commander.
I want to know just what the hell these artifacts really are and what they can do.
They're powerful, whatever they are, and dangerous.
And we've got one sitting right in the middle of the Citadel.
Alright, there's that. Let's head back to the Citadel. The relay. Did I check the NEMA cluster yet? It says 50% here. There has to be something here.
Reapers eluded. I found something. Faster than light jump successful. Evasion successful.
We got those heat sinks we were looking for.
Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful. Evasion successful. Reapers eluded.
I think we've done all we can for now. Alright, back to Bryson's lab. Let's see what we can find here.
We need to shield the artifact they've got here right away.
Using Garneau's data, I should be able to accomplish this without difficulty.
Damn thing's been here the whole time. Why weren't we affected?
Perhaps the amount of time spent near the artifact is key. After a certain duration, it affords Leviathan an impressive mind control capability.
I'd call it dangerous as hell. Bryson's assistant tried to kill me.
Perhaps Leviathan was controlling him to protect itself, diverting people away from its trail.
Maybe. It just shows we don't know what we're dealing with yet.
Despite the risk, this artifact remains our only link to finding Leviathan. Perhaps we could find more information about it here in the lab.
Agreed. Bryson's team might have turned up something we missed. I'll look around.
Alright. A lot of reading, text, words, commas, periods. Good. Good.
We're testing the artifact for energy emissions.
And found nothing. Still, I recommend leaving it shielded.
Anything interesting about the artifact structure?
It is not constructed of the same compounds used in standard Reaper technology. Beyond that, nothing of relevance.
Mm-hmm. That head is interesting.
EDI, what project was Garneau working on when he found the artifact?
Basilisk.
Got anything on Basilisk?
Several ships, a mythical creature, and a rare mid-tier enemy type in the Galaxy of Fantasy video game. It possesses a gaze attack capable of triggering synced animation kills. Player forums describe it as overpowered.
I meant the project, EDI.
Oh. Then, no.
There's got to be something here on this artifact. What about the server?
Bryson's assistant wiped the office server and destroyed all backups, likely before killing Bryson. However, records show new messages on Bryson's personal comm terminal upstairs.
Could be worth a look.
A message from Dr. Bryson's daughter, Anne. According to my records, she worked with her father.
I'm at the dig site in the Pylos Nebula. Project Scarab paid off. I've got another artifact like the one Garneau found. I think it could be affecting people's behavior. You need to shield the one in your office. I tried to warn Garneau, but I can't get through. We've got Reaper scouts coming in toward the main site. I'm heading to the secondary base to grab what research I can.
Anne Bryson was attempting to contact Garneau on the asteroid colony. She seems to know something about the artifact.
She sounded worried.
If Reaper forces were approaching, her concern was warranted.
Let's hope we get to her before they do.
She said she was in the Pylos Nebula, working for Project Scarab. That cluster contains several systems. I'll call up the nebula on the galaxy map. We may also search the lab for clues to narrow down her location.
We're gonna play with the map again. I leveled up. I leveled up a level 50, chat. Level 50. The big 50. Barely started this game too.
Can you identify this, Edie?
It originates from pre-spaceflight culture, but there are none recorded in the Pylos Nebula.
Break his neck looking at Edie. Edie!
Does anything in Anne Bryson's work history suggest where she might be?
Nothing relevant.
Son of a bitch, Shepard.
Any idea if Project Scarab involved Element Zero?
Unlikely. We may learn more from the Project Requisitions Locker.
Any correlation between Project Scarab and these unexplained creature sightings?
Not beyond Leviathan itself.
Anne Bryson flew out on a ship called the Icarus. Can you track its movements?
No. The Reapers have disrupted civilian comm buoys. But we might learn more if we find the ship's specifications. There are specifications for several ships here. We need to find the Icarus.
Which ship am I looking for again?
The Icarus.
Is this it? Is this... Hey, is this the Icarus?
The Icarus. Here we go.
The ship has enhanced electrostatic discharge cells. They facilitate long-range FTL travel.
So they jumped to the Pylos Nebula by mass relay, then flew to another system.
Yes. Otherwise, they would have chartered a less expensive ship.
Okay. We can rule out the relay system.
Yay! Don't need...
The Reapers. Let's hope we find Anne before they do.
Uh-huh.
The locker is secure. We must locate an access card to open it.
Or a shotgun. What about a shotgun? Shotgun? What about a shotgun?
Access card for the requisitions locker?
Yes. According to records, it was last used by Anne Bryson to obtain equipment for Project Scarab.
Let's see what Anne Bryson requisitioned for Project Scarab. Didn't take breathing masks. Water recycling equipment.
Based on what Anne Bryson did or did not requisition, the dig site was arid but habitable.
Get me a filter for systems with compatible planets.
Based on the search data, it is one of these two systems. Based on the data, only one system remains a viable possibility.
Good. Let's go get Anne Bryson.
Process of elimination. The video game.
What about criminal activity in the Pylos Nebula?
Because the area is part of the Attica Traverse, criminal reports are unreliable at best.
That means there's a lot of criminality there. It's Jackal. Jackal. It's a jackal. Jackal. Wasn't right the first 20 times you say it. Agree with Belly 100%.
A jackal! Jackal! It's a jackal! It looks like a jackal! 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 It's a jackal! Jackal!
Time!
It wasn't right the first time you said it. Why the hell would it be right the next 10 times?
No, I didn't. I guess we're going to the Citadel. I couldn't back out of that.
Do you need ground transport?
Send me to the Commons.
It'll be there momentarily.
It's a whole new world. Barla Bun, General Oroka, Jonas Cedric. Talk to this fat cat. What's up, home slice?
I rescued those soldiers from Reaper territory.
Excellent work. The Shadow Broker has authorized me to offer you a finder's fee for his guard's safety. And now that our business is concluded, I have to tend to some other engagements. Goodbye, Commander. And may I say, good luck.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
So why are the Reapers leaving the Citadel alone? They're because it's in the it's towards the middle, and they're working their way in from the outsides. They're taking out all the home planets one by one, instead of just like trying to go in at the Citadel where we're at our strongest. They're weakening us around the edges first. 4 courtyard, 5 C. No. Yeah, C-Sect office. Hello. How are you doing?
Commander Shepard.
General Araka. I think we met in Korra's den. You were pretty miserable, if I recall.
Yes. Neck deep in drink just before I retired. I'm clean now. Reinstated.
I hear you're taking on the Blue Suns.
I need to do my part for the Citadel, Commander. The Blue Suns are raiding C-Sec weapons shipments. I'm putting a stop to that. Those mercs are seriously jeopardizing the Citadel's ability to defend itself if the war comes here. When the war comes here.
There are other ways to secure weapons, General.
You don't think I've tried? There's a black market dealer on Citadel right now, but he won't sell his top-line arms. The Reapers are destroying everything in their path, and I can't stop them. But I can stop the Blue Suns.
Let me see what I can do for you.
I'd appreciate your help, and I'll have a plan of action ready if things fall through.
Okay.
Commander, unless you can find a new source of weapons for C-Sec, I'm putting together a task force to stop the Blue Suns myself.
Place a kill order on Aka?
I'll get you your weapons, General.
I appreciate the...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not killing him. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Can't make me. Slow-mo run.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods. Good hunting.
Welcome to the process. Yo, Kinnick. We need to talk, bro.
Look, Commander, I don't want any trouble. I'm authorized to sell here, and all my arms are legal, see?
These are lightweight weapons. Where's your top-end inventory?
Shit, you slumming for C-Sec too? I already got harassed by the old Turian with a bad attitude. Yeah, I got much better stuff, but it's off the market. Galaxy's going belly up. Credit won't mean anything once the Reapers rip through.
So what exactly are you saying?
Whatever happens, I figure there'll be survivors, but it'll be chaos. I'm betting things will run on a barter system. So I'm getting a jump. My best stock only trades for hard goods and artifacts with real value.
So, what gets me access to your top shelf?
Heh, Turian just waved credits in my face and then spat on it. Nice to see you have flexibility. If you find any rare pieces when you're out saving the galaxy, bring them back. Then I'm happy to share my top stock with C-Sec, no problem. Outside of that, I gotta stick to my guns. Credits don't talk with me, Commander. C-Sec wants my top of the line. You gotta come through with a couple of artifacts.
Welcome to Cippertine Armory.
Okay.
We appreciate your visit. Welcome to Agor Munitions.
Agor?
Thank you for shopping at Agor Munitions.
How about Bigor? My fingers are on the wrong keys. James Bond's having a strong.
I've connected with Jonas Sedaris in her cell, Commander. You can speak with her via that console.
Thanks. We'll need some privacy.
Of course. When you're done, you can also contact Commander Bailey from that terminal.
Okay, here we go.
Who's that spying on me now? I see. Good. Arya's indentured servant has finally come to deliver me to freedom.
I want to talk with you before I secure your release.
Bullshit. You have no choice. And when I get out, heads will roll. Oh, yes. You've killed a lot of my people. Don't think I've forgotten that.
You have to move on.
And I will, once all my enemies are dead. I love holding all the cards. Even in here, you must deal with me. I have all the power.
Is that right?
Yes, Sane, my second-in-command, is a weak-willed toady. If he had balls, he'd leave me to rot and take control himself. But he won't defy me. He knows better. Now get me out of here, Shepard. Tell Bailey to release me.
Bailey, I've seen Sedaris.
So she's crazy, right? It would be ridiculous to let her out.
She's a menace. Let me try to make this problem go away.
Sounds good. I'll hold the line until I hear from you.
Doesn't seem like Arya's gonna be very happy with us. Not doing what they want.
One of the universities is so you're making money off this war.
If we switch from financial VIs to military gear, we'll lose billions.
Shouldn't be up here.
That's what your army is for. Nothing's going to reach the Citadel. We need to start manufacturing military tech. Nobody to help defend the galaxy.
I'm gonna double check this. I don't remember if I. Yeah, I did. All right. Here. Let's go. All right, we're gonna go. And Mike was being weird. We're gonna scan the hell out of this.
Signal confirmed.
Start scanner. All right, there we go. What we got? 50%. There's got to be another.
Faster than light jump successful.
Faster than light faux show.
Evasion successful. Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful. I found something.
Perfect. Okay. And boom. Radiation shielding. Interesting. Okay. Go for the dig site. Load on in.
Signal confirmed.
Okay. Cesar scans the located closing group of environmental shielded habitat. Active power says closer examinations are required to confirm the dig site presence.
We have located Anne Bryson's dig site.
Let's land. Let's put boots on the ground. You're coming with me, and you're coming with me. Let's rock and roll, shake and bake. Come on. Yes, good. Actually, yeah, it's fine. Increase damage or impact radius. I'm gonna say impact radius because I barely catch people.
We have reports of an attack at this excavation site.
Right. Edie, can you tell us anything else?
This is the main site of a series of excavations established under Dr. Garrett Bryson. Staff records confirm the project lead is his daughter, Anne. She has recently uncovered another artifact possibly linked to Leviathan. That discovery must have made this dig site a target.
Yes. The attack means the Reapers are one step ahead of us. We need to pick up the pace. And since Bryson's daughter is our only lead, our objective is clear. Cortez?
Nothing so far, Commander. If she's down there, she hasn't responded to our hails. Getting some strange signals, though. Give me a minute.
The artifact she uncovered may have caused additional complications.
Agreed. Take us in closer.
Copy that. We have hostiles!
Take us in.
Commander, on the landing platform!
That's her.
Okay, let's get...
Damn! Tracking multiple bogies!
Get us over there.
Negative, it's too hot. Heading to lower platform. Hang on. There, go! Jump!
Oh man. Oh jeez.
Stay here, Shepard.
This platform won't remain stable for long.
Okay.
She's somewhere above us.
Hello? Is anyone there? I'm coming down.
No, stay where you are. This is Commander Shepard of the Alliance Navy. It's too dangerous. We'll come to you.
Yes, okay. You should take the elevator up on the far side.
Copy that. We're on our way.
High octane action right here.
Commander, they're swarming everywhere up here.
Can you find a place to hide?
I'll try.
Get there. Stay put.
Holy mackerel. Just fry them all. Just fry them all. Make them all crispy critters. I am totally willing to try some husk wings. Barbecue slathered husk wings.
Watch out.
Oh my god.
Not going that way.
Look for another path.
Thanks. I'm so glad that I brought you girls with all your PhDs to tell me we're not going that way. How about this away then? There we go. I was gonna say, why can't we jump that?
Controls are broken. Someone try to fix it.
Right away, Commander. The wires have sustained damage. I'll need a moment for repairs.
The Reaper with a shell on it. Ah!
The bridge has been repaired. Raising it now.
Banshee!
Yes.
Okay, 4. 2. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Because the Banshee's fatal. It was funny, chat. You guys don't laugh at any of my jokes.
This way.
Elevator spotted, Shepard.
Got it. Ann, the elevator's blocked. Is there another way up?
I'll override the pod door near you. There's an access point above, Commander, but you'll have to climb to it.
Copy that.
Yay!
More enemies ahead.
Okay, as far as pain level, that's pretty high up there. Data? Am I alright? Why? Do I not look alright? What are you trying to say? Something, there it is. Guy looks like Ronald McDonald. Look at him. Oh, pain level. Me getting hit by a... I got hit by a missile. And it took me from full shields, full health, to down to 1 red block. I was saying, like, as far as pain level goes, it's pretty bad.
We can make it through here.
Yes, we can.
Commander, they attacked my assistant, Hopkins. We're being cornered.
Well, fuck Hopkins.
We're trying, but there's too many of them. Hurry!
I'm not here for Hopkins. I'm here for you. I love the Matic. Such a good gun. The Matlock. Bunch of senior citizens are gonna watch this gun on primetime television. I don't know if that's a trope. I just know my grandmother used to watch a lot of Matlock. Dude, stop talking to me about your assistant. That what?
Around. Go around.
No, Boyles, stay down. Oh, God.
What's happening?
Kirkwood and Boyles tried to run for it. The Reaper's got him.
Don't move until we get there.
Yeah, tell him. Boy, that was dumb. That hurt. Nice. Very nice. Alright, up the ladder.
The elevator's up ahead!
Get to it!
Okay. Okay.
Elevator's online. We're coming up.
Please hurry. I think Hopkins is dead.
He tried to run. I told him not to, but he wanted to help the others. Where did everyone go?
I'm sorry, they didn't make it. Doctor, I need you to come with me.
Oh god. Yes, of course. I was at another dig site when they attacked. I got back as quick as I could, but what's happening?
Shepard, look.
I'm not sure, but it might have something to do with these paintings. Is that Leviathan?
Yes. Yes, we think so. It's old, much older than my father thought. And there, as if the natives were under its power. Clearly a Reaper, but acting alone. Not like any Reaper we've seen before.
Doctor, I understand you found something recently.
The artifact. Yes, of course. Incredible. It's just ahead. May sound strange, but I'm certain it affects people. Their behavior. I've only had a short time to study it.
Not strange at all. Did you find anything?
Not much, but I did learn something about the energy it generates.
Get down! What are they doing?
They've activated it. I've never managed anything.
Doctor?
They've learned too well. The darkness must not be breached. Shepard!
Take it out!
Got it!
You okay? Cortez, we have Ann Bryson. Need a pickup.
On my way, Commander.
Copy that. You see the shuttle, you run. Don't look back.
Okay. Yes.
Time to shake and bake.
You need to get rid of that harvester. We'll bring it down.
Holy.
Copy that. Everybody, let's go!
Okay, alright, so that's a... That's a thing you can do. So get the fuck on there.
You okay?
Yeah, Commander. I think so. I blacked out.
Leviathan took control of you. We cut the connection before you got hurt.
Leviathan itself? That's incredible.
The Reapers seem as interested in it as we are.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way.
We were hoping you could help us figure out why. But first... Doctor, I have some bad news.
Anne, please. Suppose Leviathan's broken away from the other Reapers. Never went back to dark space. Like a rogue, or even a defector. I have to call my father. He'll want to know.
Anne, you need to listen to me, okay? Your father is dead. I'm sorry.
He's... What? Dead? He can't be dead.
Sorry, I was checking something. He dead. We couldn't stop it.
Hoping to find out what he knew. Something happened.
Something happened?
You're not the first to lose control. Your father's assistant. One minute he was fine, the next... he drew a gun on your father. I couldn't stop him.
I can't believe this.
We have to find out what's behind it all. You're the only one who can help us. Anne?
I want to see his office.
We'll arrange for transportation. Meet you there.
Woo! Alright, so now we head back to the Citadel. 50% recovered here, though. Might as well finish scanning out here. Might as well finish scanning. Alright, there's that. Now... that finishes up the whole sector. Put on in there, go to the relay. Turn to Bryson's lab at the Citadel. Dolby time.
Hello? Anne? Are you here? Anne?
Oh, Commander. Yes, I'm sorry. Just... this is hard.
Of course. Are you all right?
Yes. No. I don't know. My father and I didn't leave things in a great state.
An argument?
Yes. It was trivial. A disagreement on how to file some of the specimens. I was mad about something else. I don't remember what. And I took it out on him. So stupid.
It's all right. I can come back.
No, please. I'm okay. Seeing all this again? He was so obsessed. Crazy sometimes.
I didn't get a chance to know him.
Oh, sometimes I felt the same way. He was a great man. A pioneer. But he could be distant. I felt like an inconvenience growing up.
You sound angry.
I was angry. Still am, I guess. But sometimes, he was so full of stories, he nearly burst. I loved that about him. It's why I signed up for this work. I can't believe he's gone.
We'll figure this out.
We have to. I need to know what's on the other end of that artifact. What he died for.
We need your help. You're our last chance.
You're right. Let me dig into my father's work to see what I can find.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Our only hope.
Dan, you sure you're up for this?
Yes. When Leviathan took control of me, I remember being somewhere cold and dark. But my father taught me to never be afraid of the dark.
Alright, now we're gonna go downstairs, talk to Ian real quick.
I'm still amazed your father got his hands on a piece of a Reaper.
He was so excited. Your claims validated years of work.
Did you take appropriate steps to prevent indoctrination?
Of course. It was completely shielded, and we all had regular psych evals. But now, thanks to the artifact, I'm indoctrinated anyway, aren't I? Might as well be a Arachnite drone waiting for orders from the Queen.
I mean, I don't think it's that bad.
Hey, Loco. Need a hand?
James, what are you doing here?
What brings you down here, James?
Heard you're closing in on the Reaper killer. Anything that can scare those bastards has to be worth a look.
That's what I'm hoping.
Commander, you see this thing? This is great!
Fucking Vega. Goofy son of a bitch.
You studied the Rachni?
We need to take him out more.
I wrote my dissertation on them. My father thought it was a waste of time, but now, it might actually help us understand Leviathan.
In what way?
We think of the Rachni as telepathic, but there's really no such thing. At short range, the Queen uses pheromones to give orders. At long range, she uses an organic kind of quantum entanglement communicator. Whatever Leviathan does must be similar, entangling particles to stimulate neural activity. It uses the artifact to establish a connection, and then it controls the mind of anyone near it.
We didn't detect any energy emissions from the artifact.
But the Reapers were able to use the artifact to trace Leviathan somehow.
My theory is that most of the time, the artifact simply acts as a receiver. We'll only be able to trace Leviathan through it when it actively takes control of someone.
As it did on the asteroid.
Right. Unless it needs something, Leviathan doesn't bother communicating. I guess it and my father had something in common.
You said Leviathan's control was similar to a quantum entanglement communicator, which is untraceable.
Yes, but this isn't a natural QEC. Leviathan has to send a pulse through the artifact to alter your mind and create the quasi-QEC effect.
And that can be traced.
Right. Just like at the dig site. The Reapers were tracing the signal by activating the artifact. My father wanted to be at that dig site.
Anne, I know this is hard, but if there's anything more you can tell us.
I don't think there's anything more I can tell you. But maybe I can show you.
What are you saying?
The artifact only sends out a signal when Leviathan's controlling someone. So let it control me. You could trace the signal.
You mean let it take you over? That's too dangerous.
It's my call, not yours. You said I'm your last chance to find this thing.
We have no idea what will happen.
If we wait, the Reapers will get to Leviathan first. I'm the only one here who's spent enough time with it to do this. You're looking for something to fight the Reapers, Commander. I'm looking for the monster that murdered my father.
We still don't know what we're looking for.
Then let's find out.
Commander, this thing we're doing with Anne sounds dangerous as hell.
Noted. EDI?
Energy signature locked in. Waiting for activation.
You sure about this?
Yes. I'm sure.
I'm gonna be right here.
Okay. I'm ready.
Big is like, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out if you get weird.
Shield is dropped.
Artifact online.
Anything?
Nothing yet. Wait. There's something. I feel a chill.
EDI?
No trace yet.
Holy hell!
Signal is tracking. Maintain connection.
Turn back. The darkness can't be breached.
Yo!
Maintain connection.
Listen to me. I found you, and the Reapers are right behind me.
You have brought them.
You are a threat.
So are you. I've seen what you can do. The war needs you.
There is no war. There is only the harvest.
EDI, do we have enough?
Partial lock. Maintain connection to narrow the search.
You heard her. We got enough. I'm hitting the shield.
Do it.
Man.
Anne, are you all right?
Yes. I think so.
Did we get anything?
Yes, but it will take some time to search. Coordinates sent to the Normandy.
Good. It's a start.
Commander, I sense something else. Anger.
It knows we're getting close.
I think it wants to kill you.
Come on. Let's get you some help.
Wants to kill me, huh? Bring it. I'll drop your ass. I don't even care. Right. Let's chase this thing down. Find out what it is. And for Leviathan. Wing flip. Okay, so go ahead here. And for Leviathan in the Psy Prophet. Hello? Hello?
I found something.
Oh, good. Into orbit. Arr. Brr.
These coordinates match our trace of Leviathan.
All right. I wanna scan that other place first. We're at 71% in this sector.
Signal confirmed.
Bwah! Dubstep gun released. We are the Reapers. We've come to give you the dubstep. And we're outie.
Evasion successful.
Is there a fuel depot out here? I really hope so. Mass relay. No fuel depot. Oh, geez. Where was one, man? I know that the Horsehead Nebula has one. That's all I know. Like, I can't remember where the other ones are. Okay. Now there's one more area we needed to check out. It was over this way. Yep, it was called Mill.
I found something.
What we got? Boom. Alright, that's 100% for here. So now we'll go over and we'll do the Leviathan now. Land. And then glide. Gotta be better about that glide. I think the startup for the engines uses more fuel than anything, you know what I mean? Alright, let's land. Here we go. Shake and bake. Alright, we gotta take our archaeologist and Edie again. You know what? No, James, you're rocking this one. Forget Liara. Go, James. Let's be cool. You're not a bad character. You're not like Jacob. Go. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Woo! 7 points. Let's go. Carry more grenades. And we're good for that. Oh yeah. Shake and bake, James.
Cortez, what's the status on the probe we launched?
Tracking it now, Commander. I've confirmed that Leviathan's signal originates from this planet.
Codpiece!
Heard how, Anne helped us locate it. It's pretty spooky stuff.
Never seen anything like it. Can't imagine what's waiting for us down there.
Dr. Bryson classified Leviathan as a Reaper killer. It appears it doesn't wish to be found.
It doesn't have a choice. We're here.
Sure, but now what? Let's suppose it is a Reaper. Is that the kind of help we want?
Nobody says we have to be friends with it. But if this thing has the rest of the Reapers worried, then we need its help.
Commander, new readings from the probe. It's narrowed down Leviathan's location. You're not gonna like it.
Let's hear it.
There's nothing but ocean. I show a concentration of structures floating on the surface, but the probe's giving us a signal below that. Way below.
Underwater?
Looks that way. The shuttle should still be able to reach it.
How ironic that we happened to name it Leviathan before we went out to a water planet.
But I've never actually tested that.
Guess we're gonna find out.
Status! Some kind of pulse hit us! Systems are shutting down! Brace for impact!
Good crash landing there, Cortez. Planet filled with water, and you land on the one piece of, like, platform. Good call, bud.
Everyone all right?
A little banged up, but I'm good.
How's the shuttle, Cortez?
Checking now. I'll see if I can get power restored.
Copy that. We'll look around.
It would seem others have been stranded here as well. We aren't the first to encounter that pulse.
Could be Leviathan's last line of defense.
The hull will hold big puzzle. First, we'll show something tonight. The techs are going to. Okay, so somebody else dealing with the same thing we are.
Commander, looks like one of those artifacts.
Explains why no one gets out of here. Any idea how old these are?
Get bones that clean. Real old.
Okay, real old. Huh. Good, I was supposed to destroy it. I was a little worried. First death, he tried to throw one of the spheres overboard. Something happened. They started beating him like bad men. Yep, there's the indoctrination. You're gentle, one person for each. Whoa. We let him rest on the sphere. Sometime in the middle of the night, he came around, and now he agrees. Why won't leave? Why would we? My last issue, everyone understands me. If anyone finds this, they might feel differently, but they can be fixed with time. All right. This is getting creeps.
Looks like a damaged Atlas. Different though, and it's not flying Cerberus colors.
Nice looking machine. Too bad it's a wreck. I'm not recognizing.
Look, up there.
Here they come! Bastards were right on our tail!
Protect the shuttle!
Woo!
Okay, almost there, Commander.
Okay, all right. That's gonna get me killed. I didn't see the husk spawn at all. Try that again.
Protect the shuttle.
I will. Roger that. Cortez!
Almost there, Commander.
Stand up. Go.
Cortez, what happened to almost there?
Development, Commander. Fixing it now.
I love this sniper rifle.
Get us some cover fire!
Copy that.
Woo! Woo!
Another pulse hit me. Flight control scrambled.
Damn it! Cortez is in trouble. Get to him!
Commander, I've got enemy contact. Under fire.
You bet.
I need some
All right.
backup at
Yeah,
the shuttle.
we're coming.
Okay, we're clear.
Nice work, Commander.
But there's a development. We need to talk.
Okay. All right, how many of those spheres did I destroy coming up with this? It was like 3 or 4 of them?
Status.
Shuttle's a mess, Commander. That pulse knocked it right out of the air. We're not going anywhere.
What about the Normandy? Joker could swing by.
Same thing would happen to her. And the landing won't be as pretty. I'd say Leviathan has some sort of defense system in place.
Good
We
shooting.
aren't getting out of here until we find it. So how do we do that?
Well, you might be able to use a mech. Looks like it's rigged for diving.
A diving mech?
It's a Triton model, military grade, repurposed for deep sea exploration. As long as the seawater hasn't corroded it, you should be good to go.
Well, if that's what we have to do, let's get started.
Shepard, perhaps you are unaware of the degree of risk. Are we seriously proposing...
First, we'll need to restore power to get that cargo door open.
How?
There's your answer.
These old Ballard-class ships are equipped with exterior power sockets. They use them for emergency repairs. We can strip the cells from the shuttle and use those for juice. Hang on, I'll get you started. Got a cell for you, Commander. Find somewhere to plug that in.
All right, it's pretty cool.
Another power cell for you, Commander.
Here they come! Grab another cell, Commander. We'll hold them off.
Okay, let's go for this one over here. Ooh, buddy. Woo! Yeah, I'm coming. Nice.
All yours. It should still have weapons capability.
Let's go! Whatever my melee is, it's powerful. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Not responding at all. Yeah, he's like this mech's like climbing over stuff real weird.
Looks like we're in the clear now, Commander.
Good. I need to get in the water before they come back.
Alright, let's do this.
All right, Commander. Let's get you
Oops.
out of there, and I'll do a systems check.
Whoa. Hey, Commander, are you really serious about this plan?
We've come too far to stop now. The way home is through Leviathan.
Okay, SEALs, check out. Oxygen pressure is nominal. Systems are a go. It's as ready as I can make it.
Let's shake and bake.
Take care down there, Commander.
Closing hatch.
Engaging systems. Ready.
Testing comlink.
I read you.
Here goes.
Commencing dive in 3, 2, 1.
Ain't much of a dive. Commencing sync. Here's that weird audio again. I don't understand.
Looks good so far. Copy that. Cortez? Cortez! Not sure if you can read me up there. Looks like I finished the major descent. Can't see much from here. Suit is holding up. Emergency systems have come online. Life support operational. Scanner indicates the probe is below my position. Looking for a way down.
That sound is driving me insane.
Shutting down all non-critical systems to preserve remaining power. Not sure how much juice the emergency thruster will need to get me back to the surface. Can't worry about that now. Getting some strange readings from the probe. Something is definitely down there.
Mm-hmm.
Reading the probe directly below me. Looks like the final drop. Can't see anything just yet. Found the probe. Seems intact. I'm gonna keep moving. What is that? I had to find you.
This is not your domain. You have breached the darkness.
You killed a Reaper. I need to know why.
They are the enemy. One that seeks our extermination.
But I thought you were a Reaper.
They are only echoes. We existed long before.
Then what are you?
Something more. Your mind belongs to me. Breathe.
Ann. What's happening?
Your memories give voice to our words. Your nature will be revealed to us. Accept this.
The galaxy's at war with the Reapers. You defeated one. Why aren't you fighting back?
There is no war. There is only the harvest.
Then help us stop it.
None have possessed the strength in past cycles. Your own species could be destroyed with a single thought. But you are different. I have witnessed your actions in this cycle. The destruction of Sovereign. The fall of the Collectors. The Reapers perceive you as a threat. And I must understand why. Before the cycles, our kind was the apex of life in the galaxy. The lesser species were in our thrall, serving our needs. We grew more powerful than they were cared for, but we could not protect them from themselves. Over time, the species built machines that then destroyed them. Tribute does not flow from a dead race. To solve this problem, we created an intelligence with a mandate to preserve life at any cost. As the intelligence evolved, it studied the development of civilizations. Its understanding grew until it found a solution. In that instant, it betrayed us. It chose our kind as the first harvest. From our essence, the first Reaper was created. You call it Harbinger.
Let's investigate.
You built that machine despite what you saw the other races experience. Why?
You cannot conceive of a galaxy that bends to your will. Every creature, every nation, every planet we discovered became our tools. We were above the concerns of lesser species. The intelligence was envisioned as simply another tool.
And now we all pay the price for your mistake.
There was no mistake. It still serves its purpose.
How did you remain hidden all this time?
Our extermination was not complete. Some survived and found refuge in the dark corners of the galaxy. I am their progeny. Over the cycles, the Thrall races were controlled, removing traces of our existence as we directed them to. In this way, our survival was kept secret from the Reapers. Today, we reach out through the fragments and watch for discovery.
Fragments? You mean the artifacts we found?
They provide a window into the galaxy. Tools for exploring the events of this cycle for the safety of this world. Through them, we watch, we study, and remain in the shadows.
How did the intelligence defeat you?
To find a solution, it required information. Physical data drawn from organic life in the cosmos. It created an army of pawns that searched the galaxy, gathering this data. There was no warning. No reason given when they turned against us. Only slaughter. Only the harvest.
Tell me about the Reapers.
Each harvest ends with the birth of a Reaper. Perfect in its design. Each formed in Harbinger's image. Our image. Each Reaper has the power to influence organics. Over countless cycles, this ability was refined, perfected, and gave rise to indoctrination.
What's the point of all these harvests?
The intelligence has one purpose. Preservation of life. That purpose is not being fulfilled. It directed the Reapers to create the mass relays to speed the time between cycles for greatest efficiency. The galaxy itself became an experiment. Evolution its tool.
Will it ever end?
Unknown. Until the intelligence finds what it's looking for, the harvest will continue.
What do you know about the Crucible?
We have watched its construction before. It has never been completed. Those who have tried still fell victim to the harvest. Its outcome is unknown.
Okay, you made your point. Will you help stop the cycle?
I have searched your mind. You are an anomaly, yet that is not enough.
Wait!
The cycle will continue.
No. You've been watching. You know this cycle is different.
We will survive. You will remain here as a servant of our needs. The Reapers will harvest the rest.
If you release me, no one has to be harvested.
Nothing will change.
The Reapers know where you are. You can't just watch anymore. You have to fight. Even if you survive the battle today, the Reapers won't stop. Ever. Release me and we have a chance to end this, once and for all. I've earned it. Out there fighting, where you should be.
It is clear why the Reapers perceive you as a threat. Your victories are more than a product of chance. We will fight, but not for you or any lesser race. We were the first, the Apex race. We will survive. And the Reapers who trespass on this world will understand our power. They will become our slaves. Today, they pay their tribute in blood.
Chopper's back. How we doing, Cortez?
Good to go. I don't know what the commander did, but the pulse is offline.
Damn it, we got a Reaper inbound. Commander! Snap out of it! He's freezing.
You okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Hell of a headache.
We're lucky we got you back. I've got Ann Bryson on the comm.
Good. Put her through.
Commander.
You feeling better?
Yes, thank you. I'm doing fine. What happened?
We found it, Anne. We found Leviathan.
Was it worth it?
Hard to say.
I don't know. But we proved it can't hide anymore. That it's a part of this war, just like us.
Sounds like an amazing story.
One for the history books.
Well, I look forward to hearing all about it. My father would appreciate this, knowing the truth is out there. In the meantime, Admiral Hackett has asked me to join his scientific team. We all have our part to play. I should get to it.
Take care, Anne. And thanks for all your help. Shepard out.
There you go.
Commander, I finished reading your report.
The Alliance wanted more intelligence on the Reapers. I'd say we got it.
Our people will be studying it for years to come. They're already calling it the Leviathan Codex. It rewrites galactic history as we know it.
Whatever else it means, it tells me the Reapers had a beginning. And maybe now we'll provide them with an end.
That's one way to look at it. I guess it's the only way. So go out there and make it happen. This is a big step in the right direction, Shepard. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Hackett out.
Well, that was pretty cool. Dominate as an ability, really. Leviathan Enthrallment Team. Ooh. So now we have enough military strength to go and take back Earth, but if you guys notice, my readiness rating is at 50%, which means of my total of 2,903 military strength, only 1,451 is effective because my readiness is at 50%. Readiness is what you get pumped up with the multiplayer. So what I'll do is we'll continue working on the story, increasing our military strength, but now that we're at max, next Tuesday I'm going to try and plan some co-op with this game. If any of you still have a copy, this is the Origin PC version of Mass Effect. If anybody in chat is wanting to get in on that and do some games with us, put it, pencil it in your book next Tuesday. We'll start doing the co-op stuff. And it's kind of like the missions that we've been doing where we're fighting Cerberus. You just go and you kind of just like work on little objectives or just hold your position while you're being attacked and stuff like that. And that's it. That's it. You just kind of just shoot stuff and level up and got different characters. HK-47 from Star Wars The Old Republic is a playable character in the game, so that's pretty amazing. As a co-op unit. Yeah. Start doing that next Tuesday.
So the Reapers did not fully exterminate their creators. That suggests they are fallible, even on large or long-term scales.
Commander?
Okay. Well, that was a good stretch there. That was about 3 hours, 45 minutes worth of Mass Effect 3. We did the DLC. On the next episode of History of Gaming Mass Effect, which will probably be next week, we're going to be going and curing the genophage. Oh, look at this. I can max out my frag grenade. Let's do that real quick. Damage to armor, damage to shields. Usually things that have armor are bigger targets, and that's usually when I throw the grenade. So we're gonna do armor. Boom. Now we'll level up, probably concussive shot. I don't need the slowdown. That's good. Good mission. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode of History of Gaming. I appreciate you guys coming out and watching. Those of you that are here live, don't go nowhere. The stream's definitely not over, but for those of you that are watching this on YouTube in the future, or possibly in the collection here on Twitch, I thank you for watching. I appreciate the views. It helps so much. But this will wrap it up. We'll see you guys on the next episode of History of Gaming.